Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Psychicmd and I'm here to do a little bit of an intro. As you can tell if you've been with me for any amount of time, my videos have changed, the format has changed. So I want to do a little ceremony basically to welcome August, because I'm filming actually August 1st. But also I wanted to thank you guys so much for being with me, also for your input. New subscribers, those have been with me from the beginning, really appreciate all of you. This portion is just intentionality, and this is wishing everyone abundance and love and respect and joy and all that stuff. Anyways, all the things. So you can, of course, fast forward and go to your piles, but I just really want to thank you guys for being with me. And without further ado, here we go. We're going to light this beautiful little guy. And we're sending our intentions up to the universe collectively. It always takes so much time for that to drift down. And then we literally have the soul of our intention. So make your selection and I'll see you at your reading. Hi Pal One, welcome to my channel. My name is Griselle with Psychicmd and I'm here to do your reading. Without further ado, you chose this image on the screen to your right. Your next chapter, pile number 1. Very powerful, very individual, different. I'm gonna say quirky character. And this reminded me right away, channel messages I got was Willy Wonka meets the Stepford Wives. So something about being a little bit robotic, linear, keeping up with the Joneses meets a whole world of crazy maybe, right? Now stick with me, guys, because what I really feel like's going on here is your next chapter, you are embracing originality. The F-it attitude, embracing your villain era. You're at the center of conversations and you are completely iconic. I feel like pile number 1, for some reason in my brain, I keep hearing pile number 3, so you could have a tie there. Now, if you were drawn to that image, great. If you're not led to that, not a problem either. Always important to follow your intuition because that trumps mine and everyone else's. We're only here to really get you to dial in and confirm those intuitive hits that you have anyways. Pile number 1, your next chapter, your next glow up, your next page. Let's find out what's going on with you. I selected one card to represent an overall vibe of your reading. Let love in. Look at how pretty this is. Pile number 1, in spite of the image, because she seems very standoffish, very autonomous, but there's something about let love in. Your next chapter, you're letting love in. And maybe perhaps because you're becoming more authentic, your own quirky self, which is really needed in this world of, what do they call them? NPCs, non-playing characters. I'm going to say that people need authenticity. People need hope. People need to be able to understand that there is a template, but it can be cut, it can be destroyed, it can be modified, it could be cut and pasted to look entirely different. It doesn't have to be strictly what is, quote, acceptable or given in society. Now, I want to put this here because I actually want to enjoy all of it. Pile number 1, your next chapter. The lunar eclipse. Open the door to a higher dimension. What's up? Yeah, you're glowing up. You are entering into rooms, doors, and facilities, into places that you never thought you would go, but you are ascending. You are aspiring higher. I feel like you could be literally someone who has the intentionality that when you wake up, you're like, okay, I'm in a new dimension. I'm in the best dimension for me and those of my loved ones and of mankind, things like that. I do that sometimes. So maybe you're somebody who, when you take a shower, you're like, okay, when I'm done, I'm rinsing off things of the old and I have a new portal and I'm stepping into the best version of myself. I love that for you. balsamic moon. I always think of salad when I see this. Okay. Things come and go. Surrender to the universe. Yeah. And I feel like I love how there's all the possibilities there. And you're definitely going places. I feel like you could even see portals, by the way. A lot easier than other people. I have personally, I think, seen only one, but I was shook. It shooketh me to my core, pile one. So yeah, come and go, surrender to the universe. I feel like you are, even though you're finding more of yourself more and more each day, and you are embodying originality and authenticity, I feel like your next chapter is that you are surrendered, that those that really want to come towards you and they want to stay, that they're welcome, but also those that want to leave your life, leave that chapter, that kind of a thing, you're allowing them to go, that you are just, yep, you're free to go, you're free to stay, but make a decision one way or another. And that's all about love. I feel like a lot of this chapter in your life is about self-love, is about embracing things that perhaps other people never understood about you. And there's something about this that really drew me, this image, this high fashion, this intensity, even though she has like glasses that are made out of the rest of the outfit. I love the hair. You could have something very different about your hair that's unusual, that stands out, the way that you carry yourself. But also I feel like there is a fierceness about you. Like if you got to battle, you're gonna battle there, and you're gonna win. You're in it to win it. But I feel like pile number one, that unlike all the previous battles in the world that you experienced beforehand, your next chapter and your next glow up is that things are going to come with ease, that you are opening up and you're fighting almost like a 3D war with 5D weaponry. Okay, you're not here with really normal everyday tools. You're not like, oh, let me go over here and kind of map out this. You're like, nope, I'm going to rip open destiny and I'm going to welcome it in, and we're going to change things in a incredible way. So you could be modifying things, but it has this ripple effect that is monumental. I feel like you're going to be feeling more confident, more genuine, more in your power. I'm hearing seed of the soul. So if you're into like the Kabbalah, you could be, I don't know a lot of it, okay? It's intriguing. My brain only holds so much information, pile number one. So I feel like that is just the seed of the soul, how you travel, how you navigate. It directly correlates to the Chariot card. So I'm going to say that you're in a very powerful position. I feel like that you're feeling a lot calmer. I feel like your brand, which is, I don't know why this is coming up, maybe because of the image itself. Your brand is changing, but it is gripping people. Don't say that, Grisel. Okay, I'm not going to say it. It's gripping people by the balls. Okay, said it. Listen, pile number one. Oh, okay. Does this, can you see that? And you know what? She doesn't need YouTube clearly. She's perfect. So you could be seeing the number 222 or 22 or any variation thereof. And to me, 2 is all about, yeah, balance, about being able to juggle things, but most of all about your personal power, about knowing who you are authentically. So interestingly enough, it totally fits what it is that we have coming through so far for your reading. Pile number one, let me take a moment again to thank all of you guys that are new subscribers. Thank you. If you came from my other channel, Toughdolltarot, thank you so much for your support and your encouragement. And you guys that have been here with me for long, I really appreciate that as well. I do have giveaways in both channels, so check your community tabs. And again, my second channel is called Toughdolltarot, where I do have over 15 videos for your viewing pleasure. So it is a brand new channel, and if you care to support it or get curious, please do check it out. I will provide the link below. Moving on, pile number one, your next chapter. Honor your mystical creative force. Something about you is radically changing. And I think that you're done with, okay, I'm not trying to fit that template. I'm not trying to look like the Joneses or the Stepford Wives. But with the Stepford Wives, I loved that movie so hard. So there's just so many nuances to it. But it's just beautiful. I feel like you're taking the skills that you've learned thus far, and you are applying it into your new life, which, I mean, you know, we learned skills and we have weapons and things like that that we bring with us. And I think that's beautiful. Your creative force is going to be something that's going to give you, it's going to establish you, I hear. What I heard is it's going to give you roots. You're developing a root system currently. If you have a creative business, I feel like that is about to pop off. Your next chapter is you embracing you fully. And that would mean, for some of you, being able to successfully manage and navigate two different things, like a daytime job and a moonlighting thing that you do, burning the midnight oil, it's going to be a lot easier for you. Or perhaps a lot of you guys are phasing out the daylight time in order to be your most authentic, because I feel like your main job or whatever could be considered more like set for wives, that template that, you know, we're expected to do in society. And for now, it brings you the bread and butter. But I do feel like something about it, you are changing radically. And even this crown on the head, there's like some blood coming on down here. I don't know if she maybe like cut her hand and things like that. I didn't even notice the snake coming through. But there is a lot of the moon, something about the moon. And I think that you're going to connect with the moon phases. It might be a good idea for you to kind of track how you are doing vibrationally or emotionally, or even with your intention with a calendar, so you can see it in real time and notice if there are any correlations between the moon phases and how you're feeling and things like that, because I think you're getting more connected, okay? But honor your mystical creative force is right here in order to really express to you. And for some reason, I'm getting slime, okay? You know, the textured slime that they sell became popular for a while now. And I feel like just in the same way that slime is becoming, it's been popular and people play with it and they have different fragrances and different mixes that they put in there. It's a little bit intriguing for me. I feel like in the same way, you are going to be so unique that people won't see this coming. You are going to be a little bit in the left field, but I feel like pile number one, you are definitely a pioneer. Well, you chose pile number one. I mean, you know, we're number one. We can't be number two. So yeah, that happened. Pile one. Your next chapter, the Princess of Swords. You're going to continue dissecting, chopping. I'm hearing those video game years ago. And it was I think it was called Fruit Salad, chop. And it was like the Fruit Ninja where he would chop things. And I just love that. I don't know why. I didn't play it. I watched it. I know, kind of silly that way. But I feel like something about your next chapter is going to be that you're using your intellect. I feel like you are also empowered by these seagulls, that you have the ability to look above. And seagulls are so smart. They're like little flying chihuahuas. They're as big as my dog. And I'm going to say that they just like fly over and they kind of swoop down and they're opportunistic, right? But I feel like you are gaining momentum, gaining traction, and the winds are parting. The skies are parting as far as what opportunities are coming your way. And I feel like those will be swooped quickly. And I feel like you'll be having fast movement, because everything about this seems to be fast. And even with the Princess of Swords, that is a fast moving card typically. I feel like you're going to be doing this with grace. With all the blue denoted, there could be some form of like communication. Also with the sword, that's all about communication. So it could be hard, fast communication, and you need to make decisions on the fly. Trust yourself, trust your intuition, and also trust your creativity, because you're going to be able to pull this off. I feel like with that, it's about something that you love. So it's not going to be burdensome, cumbersome, like, oh goodness, I have to do this all over again. No, your next chapter is going to be a glow up, and it is way more beautiful. I think that with all the pink right here, you are stepping into a new era where you are maybe even working with color and things like that. So you can be an artist, a digital artist, you could be a model, you could be into LARPing, you could be, I don't know, into all the things, right? What? I'm all smacking her. Smack. Queen of Cups. Pile number one, your next chapter is you are embracing to the fullest extent your intuition. I feel like there are going to be no more doubts, because if you were in different phases, I feel like she's creating things in the dark, right? This is like in the beginning phases, not really sure, trying different hats out, seeing what works, and different gifts being brought to the table and being Rubik's cubed into something completely original, I feel. And so in this card, we see that you have embraced the Queen of Cups. And this is my psychic card. You could be like blonde, ginger, lighter side. of the spectrum as far as color goes. It doesn't necessarily have to be, because I'll tell you what, pile number one, your next chapter is that you are embracing your psychic connection, psychic friends. Just kidding. But I'm here to tell you that you're getting more intuitive hits, that you are listening to them, that you are glowing up, that you are showing up for yourself. Listen, yesterday I had an experience where I was walking out of work and I happened to glance up and I saw all these beautiful dragonflies overhead. And I don't know what they were doing, but they were definitely performing for me. It was a show for like one, because nobody else was paying attention. And I was so tickled. Honestly, I was so thrilled. So I feel like you are going to be playing with the universe. You are welcoming in changes. The dragonfly has a lifespan of about, 4 months, depending on what variety is, I think. But you are definitely embracing in all things blue, maybe your throat chakra, how you communicate to the world, how it is that you expose yourself to the world. And that, I mean that in the PG sense, right? But pile number one, your next chapter is that you are connecting to the divine, to source. You're learning also how to manage, because I see her hand a little bit like, okay, wait, this is how to manage emotion. When other people have a lot of emotion in you, I feel like you're an empath, you're absorbing that. I feel like you're kind of like, hey, that's enough. So energetically, you might be putting up walls and barriers and saying, yeah, I don't need to feel all that because I understand it. And I perform better, or I work better when I could just simply understand where someone's at and go from there. I don't need to feel all the feels in order to really be my best for the universe and for myself. So you're embracing full-on queen vibes, and I love this for you. Again, something about communication. You could be working with color. You could be working with energetic color. You could be aligning I heard throat chakra. Maybe you're lining up your throat. What? The Princess Sword doing a lot of homework, a lot of cutting what doesn't even work in your life any longer. Your next chapter is not only are you welcoming those things, those good things that are coming in and are really beneficial to your next chapter, but you're allowing things to be cut out from your life and you're actively participating. You're like, yep, that doesn't serve me. That isn't good. You could be purging your house, looking at things that just are no bueno. You could also be looking at people that are committed to misunderstanding you and getting rid of those people as well. Or at the very least, you are getting rid of the weight of their words and how that carries into your heart, into your mind, and how that vibrates through your life. It does affect you. And I feel like you are cutting those things down. You are all about your freedom, individuality. And I feel like you're going to be very, very fierce, but also very graceful, beautiful. And I just feel like this next chapter is going to go really fast. Not going to go, but it's going to come together. Okay. The Emperor. Yep. That's what's up. Let's get closer. Pile number one. We have the Emperor here. I feel like you are being bathed. I feel like you're being crowned. You're being acknowledged. Something about your ears. So, in your throat. Look. So you are golden. Whatever it is that you're speaking on, it is on point. If you have a podcast, if you are on Rumble, if you are on Twitter, if you are on IG, if you, whatever your thing is, I feel like it is going to be very successful. I feel like you are going to be taking care of your throat chakra. You could have maybe even tonality changes, like listening to yourself speaking back. Like I listen to my videos again just to find out, okay, this isn't going to work for me, or I don't like this, let me change that. So I'm always trying to like learn and modify even for my own videos. So I feel like you're gonna be somebody like that. But also I feel like you are establishing things. You are taking the bull by the horns. And with the Emperor is about like daddy energy. It's a little bit about Saturn energy. It's about, I know best. I know how to lay down foundations. And pile number one, you know best for yourself. Some of you guys are going to go through or are currently going through separations and divorces. Now, I am not projecting, and don't accept this message. If your marriage is good or your connection, whatever, that is not for you. This is only for those that are feeling like a parting of ways is imminent. And indeed, that is something that you desire. But I feel like not only you're an empath, your throat chakra, you are becoming more yourself. And thereby, yeah, it's going to repel some people that just aren't designed to be for you. Okay, pile one. And we love that for you, because then we know it's like, well, this person is welcome in my house and this one is not that kind of a thing. And I think that that's going to really serve to empower you. You're going to feel a lot more like you're in control, but not just control for the sake of control. I feel like you're going to have a lot less people coming towards you wanting to topple you from this horse, like wanting to just fight you just to fight, committed to misunderstanding you, committed to causing trouble and drama and trauma in your life. I feel like that is no longer going to be allowed, and I love this for you. Pile 1, your next chapter. 5 of coins. That is quite interesting because there could be a loss right here. The 5 of coins indicates, and hear me out, indicates that you might be feeling left out of some things, or leaving something or someone out in the cold, out in the dark, not really sure about what it is that is going on. And again, this could indicate or allude to like separation, someone that you were giving your back to, or someone that has given their back to you. I just saw the number 1919. That could be of special meaning to you. Pile number 1, if you're liking this kind of reading, do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. With the 5 of coins, keep in mind that there is always warmth. If you okay, maybe you're feeling a little bit cold, left out in the cold. That would make sense to me. But if you're feeling, yeah, and keep in mind, when we go through glow ups and changes and we make monumental things, decisions that affect our lives, there could be a period of mourning, a period of decompression, a period of processing. Also, upon number 1, keep in mind that these are period of times when you honor what was, perhaps, and you kind of decompress and walk your way through it. So I don't feel like this is overcoming, because everything I feel like is really on the up and up. And I feel like this is almost an acknowledgement that maybe I waited too long to do something about this and to embrace my power, that kind of a vibe. Pile 1, the archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. And I feel like that's what this is talking about. And so we have almost like mother and father energy. This could be about a marriage, a partnership, someone that you've had babies with. I don't know. But if not, I feel like this is goes back to the womb, because I'm getting womb vibes. This is almost like born again or a new chapter, or you are totally different from what you used to be once upon a time. And I feel like that is good, okay? Because I feel like you are embracing once again your most authentic self. Pile number 1 with the kangaroo energy, this is like, okay, let me protect the baby, protect. So there's an element and a measure of protecting whatever it is that you are creating. But know that this is an archway. It is an echo. Right? It is an echo. It's identical. It's like a freaking portal. Pile 1, you know that. New opportunities are coming through with all the seagulls right here telling you, hey, pile number 1, we have opportunities. I feel like you are sinking in and resonating with things that give you joy, that give you pleasure, that give you fun, that is diverse. And I want to pull some little pins right here. I wasn't planning on this, but let's do it. We're just gonna, we haven't done this in a while. Some charms. Okay, what do we have? I thought that box was broken. How fun. Yin and the yang. Yin and the yang. Maybe so, yeah, you're finding balance, but love. Maybe you're finding love, and it could be love for what it is that you are doing, what it is that you're changing, how you're growing. Whatever it is, I feel like you are protective and you are divinely protected. So don't be fearful. The Empress. What? We have the Empress? Is that it? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are glowing up, showing up for you whenever it is that you should watch this video. Also, if you would like a personal reading, do check the description box below. I will link my Etsy. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like things are in a balance. You are learning how to get more centered. And the bullseye, you are looking towards the middle, not so much the outer edges where things are constantly changing. What goes up must come down, yes. But you're focused on the center and you realize that things are temporary and this too shall change. What? Yes, I feel like the way that you're looking at things, like this, is this a beaker? Science, I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to say that you're becoming more scientific, but also intuitive, and you're combining those things, and you are allowing things to be like new creations in a lot of ways. And this could be even about things that you need to let go of. I feel like you're going to even explore, why is it so difficult for you emotionally to let go? Because I do feel like you are releasing some things emotionally. And here, let me flip the table. This is my spirit animal, pile number 1. This person is like with the computer, what the hell? I want to just flip the table. I love this little character. She makes me laugh, okay? But I feel like, not that, you know, when we get frustrated, it's not a laughing matter, but it's kind of funny right here. And then it just comes down to love. I feel like whatever's frustrating you, whatever, those things are slowly leaving. You are cutting out those places, and you're seeing things from high above. You are parting any shadows, any ambiguity I'm hearing, and anything that causes you doubt or uncertainty, or if you feel like people are against you, things like that. I feel like you're cutting these out of your life and you're welcoming in love. But the greatest of this is love. I feel like you're going to always bring it right back to that. And that is your biggest chapter, your biggest glow up, your biggest show up, is just tuning in and tapping in once again to love. So much love to you. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to post videos more on a scheduled level here now that I'm trying to juggle 2 different channels. But if you have any ideas, as usual, drop them in the comments below. I would love to hear about them. Otherwise, much love to you. Until next time, namaste. Hi, pal 2. My name is Griselle with Psychicmd, and I'm here to do your reading. Pal number 2, you chose this image of right-hand side of your screen, and it's the Medusa with all of the pink snakes. She is chewing and blowing a bubble with pink bubble gum. She's got earphones going on, headphones. Also, right before I started rolling, randomly, I heard it through the grapevine. So maybe there's a chain of like gossip or people talking about what's going on here for your next chapter. So whether you go with the Greek mythology of Medusa having an affair, or Ovid's version of her being a high priestess, which is that one is my personal favorite. Medusa was punished into eternal life in isolation, right? So you look at Medusa, and if you look at her in the face, she will turn you directly into stone. And you're turning the curse pink is what I downloaded when I looked at this. I'm feeling like with this image that you chose, pile number 2, you're somebody who has suffered a lot, okay? You've undergone a lot of pain, and I feel like this life is not for the weak, okay? I do definitely feel like this is a prison planet. I know y'all might think I'm totally crazy, and that's okay, but even if you take that theory out of it, I feel like pile number 2, you have suffered so much. You suffered and endured a lot, and I'm feeling like a lot of you guys have undergone a lot of isolation anyways. So your next chapter, let's find out a little bit about it here. Burgundy, awaken your passion. What? Okay. So I don't look at these cards beforehand because my brain gets bored. Y'all know this. The number 10 reduces to a 1. I feel like you have passion going on here. You have something new coming through for you. And with the Burgundy, to me, this alludes to your root chakra. That's usually, well, it's all about like stability and knowing where and how you're going to earn your bread and butter, and being confident, and having that 401k locked down, and your financial profiles, all of that kind of going smoothly, right? Smoothly as the stock market can go. But I feel like most of all, this gives me like romantic vibes. So this could be you totally feeling yourself. That sounds kind of weird, but you know what I'm talking about. Or this could be you actually in a romantic situation. Your next chapter, pile number 2. Let's find out what's going on here. Magic Wands. Oh, before I forget, pile number 2, this is my first channel. I have another channel though. My second channel is called Toughdolltarot, where I have over 15 videos for your viewing pleasure. It is a baby channel. If you're interested at all, definitely go check it out. I'll put the link in the description box below. Also, these are general readings and timeless, by the way. So if you would like a personal read, keep in mind you can head to my Etsy store for a reading. I have a couple there for you as well. So Magic Wand, focus your energy on one thing. Okay, and what else? Did I not pull a second card? What? How did we not? Okay, we have to have that. I guess we, meaning me, did not. Okay, we're going to pull another one on camera. Pile number 2. Your next chapter. Your next chapter is, wow, I mean, are we trying to be stealthy about things? Moonbeam, you're on the right path. Okay, you're on the right path. Okay, whatever it is that you're doing, you are on the right path. I feel like this could be something that you are finding your energy, your mojo. This to me gives me romantic vibes. If you've had a libido that's been put on pause, put on hold, or even held hostage, this is what's coming through, by the way. I feel like that is changing, okay? That is going to radically change. With the magic wand, I feel like also a spark of energy, a spark of interest, a spark of new life. And this is all good news, okay? Your next chapter, pile number 2. Booho, transform the way you see. Yeah. And look at this. She has got these like beautiful little, they're not butterflies. They are like moths, moon moth. I'm not really sure what they are, but I really love them. I think they're beautiful. I love all, yeah, the butterflies are beautiful, but I like the more naturey ones. Is that a word, naturey? So here's a number 2 as well. Okay. So you could have a tie connection to pile number 1, but your next chapter, I feel like it is the way that you see things. You're going to start looking at things differently. I feel like that's going to open up something about you being able to navigate life a lot easier, not feeling like you see things in one way and then you hit a stump, a hurdle, you hit Mount Everest and you're like, there's no way in hell I'm climbing that. And Spirit's like, yep, you weren't necessarily meant to, but if you'd like to, you're more than welcome to, you know, do your thing. So I feel like you're going more with the flow. You're listening to your intuition. You are looking at things differently and you're getting connected with the moon cycles. I feel like you could be somebody who goes outside and gets really inspired by looking at the sky, looking at the moon, looking at nature in general. I also feel like there's a little bit of camouflaging going on here. Your next chapter, I feel like you're not quite ready to launch onto that, but you are finding your passion. And maybe you're not quite ready because you're in the middle of a massive transition. Now, for some of you here, you're hitting that age of like menopause. And, you know, this is a diverse channel. I have no intentions on pigeonholing it for any one demographic. So I'm going to say whatever your transition is right here, whatever changes you are making, I feel like you're not really ready to come forward with that, but you are making changes because you're getting connected more with spirit, with the divine, with your body. You're connecting more with your body. And also if you're during a time period where you are undergoing like menopause and the change of life, I feel like it could be a glow up, a show up, just a change, then hold space for you, hold space for yourself. Even now I'm kind of seeing the way her fingers are holding these little insects. I feel like it's almost like boo, like crying. Maybe you could undergo some purging right now that you are crying. Maybe that you are mourning things that are leaving your life and with, you know, with reason. And I want to tell you that it's important to really hold space for yourself to undergo a lot of changes or any monumental change because it feels like a really big one. And it's going to be important that you hold space for yourself. And I'm here to tell you, pile number 2, that a lot of times you're going to look around for support and it's just not there. And I feel like you are one that I can totally relate to because maybe perhaps you've been misunderstood, you've been ostracized, or you have been blamed, such as like Medusa. She underwent a lot of horrific things that we don't really want to get into. But your next chapter, your glow up, is that you are purging those things, you are processing those things, and you're using even that as a weapon or as a means to elevate and grow, okay? I think that that's really, really beautiful. In fact, the pink snakes on her head, I was really drawn to that, and I was observing that as I was channeling these messages last night, and I feel like you're turning that curse pink. And what I get from that, I feel, again, a tie to number 1, but you're turning that curse into something that is quite lovely. And in fact, when I put the charms away from pile 1, this one stayed out, which is love. And I left it out because I felt like not only did it stay out, but I felt like it was meant for you some way, somehow. So you are changing things. You're changing how you view love, how you think about love, how you view loyalty. Also, I feel like you could have had someone transition in your life recently. If they have like left your life, left the 3D plane, if they have passed away, things like that. So my heart goes out to you. I feel like you are looking at everything differently, even that. So your philosophies are changing. The way that you move in the world is changing. A lot of changes for you. And good for you. Good for you, because life is not easy. not for anyone. Pile number 2, temperance. Yeah. I feel that. I feel like you are getting connected. You have one foot in the water, one foot on earth, which tells me that you are really getting balanced. You are downloading things. This could be also somebody who's in like, I feel like spiritual recovery, or yeah, recovering from narcissistic abuse, also recovering from cults. I know this is like radical, but also recovering from things like substance abuse. And actually I have all of those. I have all 3. So if you want to look at that, I feel like you're looking at things differently. You are embracing the fact that you have whatever it is that you believe in. You have spirit, you have divine, you have God, you have Jesus, whatever you want to believe in. But in the back, I feel like this is a rainbow, the promise that you will never be destroyed, that you will never be dismantled in such a way. Okay, maybe you've had people pick you apart, pick your character apart, question your motives, and really leave you in a pool, in a messy pool of, I don't even know what I am, that kind of a thing. But I feel like you are learning, and you are learning through spirit. I feel like you've not had a lot of help, not have a lot of outside people understand. And maybe perhaps you're someone such as myself, that you have turned to, like the YouTube gods, to be able to really help you to connect with people that you resonate with through readers, through podcasts, through whatever, anything that serves to inspire. I feel like you have incredible strength that has not been recognized. You've endured incredible things that also have not been recognized. And I just want to give you a massive shout out, and to take a pause to acknowledge that what you're experiencing is real. Your feelings are real and valid, even if no one else wants to validate them for you. Because pile number 2, this is about you. We don't care what people think, and we don't care what people say. This is about you healing and embracing your true nature. And it all goes back to love. Pile number 2, your next chapter, the Princess of Cups. Yeah. So you are becoming more, you're like, who, me? Saucy little me? I feel like your aesthetics could be changing. You are connecting more with your emotions. And I feel like that's great. There could have been a period of time that your emotions were shut down. But I'm looking at this. Okay. Do you guys know that there was a lamp? It was an oil lamp, and there was like a goddess in the middle of it. And she would drip. All these pillars remind me of that. The oil, and these were like little cords that would drip down the lamp, and the oil would. And it was just so freaking mesmerizing. My aunt, who recently crossed over, she had one, and I was always like in love with that lamp. Well, I feel like you are the lady in the lamp, the lady in that garden. You are no longer isolated and being held by these pillars where the lamp is dripping oil. I feel like you can come and go as you please, and you're embracing the versatility, all sides of you. You're embracing that part of you that people have said in the past that you're just too sensitive, you're too romantic, you're too unrealistic, or you have your head in the clouds. I've been told my whole life I have my head in the clouds, and indeed I did. It was way more comfortable than the chaos of not having my head in the clouds. Let's just say that. But I feel like you're also getting more in tune with different facets of your abilities. I feel like you guys could be psychic. You could be in tune, tapped in. You could be clairaudient, clairsentient for sure. But also you guys are empathic. So you want to be careful. I just saw 1222 on the camera just now. That could be having a special meaning for you. Want to be careful that you are not absorbing all the emotion from all the people of all the land, okay? We don't want to do that. I have done that, and if you're an empath, you know that is not easy to process. It comes to a point where it's like, I don't even know if these are my feelings or who. One thing that you can test out is if you were feeling a certain way all of a sudden, if you had, let's say you walk in a work or a space and things are fine, and all of a sudden you get really, really emotional, look around the room and see whose emotions those are. Or if you get really, really angry or whatever, look around and try to pinpoint and really acknowledge that that's not your energy, and send that back to Mother Earth or whatever to be transmuted. Moving on, 1313. Pile number 2 with the 1313 on the camera a few seconds ago. I'm going to say that you have 2 major endings, 2 major things. And now that is being echoed here by the 2 moths that she is holding towards her face. I found a gorgeous moth. Oh my gosh. If I remember, I'll attach it to this reading, but I don't do well with that because it's been crazy for me. But I'm going to say that you have had two major endings, and this is your new chapter. What? Yes. Listen, long gone are going to be the tears. Long gone are going to be the fears. Long gone is going to be the time when you felt like you had to, devote all of your time catering to people that maybe were responsible for your stability financially, mentally, emotionally. Maybe I'm feeling cords of like codependency. So pile number 2, you could be somebody who needs to snip, chop, and saw off them cords because baby, you do not need them. The number 1414, you could be seeing sequential numbers in your day-to-day life. Queen of Pentacles talks about abundance. It talks about empowerment. It talks about being on your own throne. It talks about leaving the lamp and the oil garden, whatever you want to call that, into a period of time where you are enjoying the fruits of your labor, the fruits. Other people could be enjoying your fruits. Maybe you're finding a new lover. Maybe you're finding new joy in things. But this is somebody who is solid, okay? Who is fierce, okay? I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is so underrated, okay? I feel like she gets the, oh, she's reliable, and you are. Oh, she's dependable, and you are. Oh, children and people flock to her and love her because she is a problem solver. She'll hold space for you. She'll listen. And we're reading energy, not sex here. I don't care if you're a he or what. It doesn't make a difference to me. I feel like, yes, the Queen of Pentacles is all those things. But you know what you also are? You're abundant. You are fertile. You embody energy of the Empress, of the Nine of Pentacles as well. You are self-sufficient. I'll give you another example. I went to my friend's house, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and I saw this massive, like wish, what is it called? Dandelion, okay? It was in full bloom, and it was next to a whole bunch of other little normal ones, and I picked her, and I was with permission, because I felt like, I needed to ask, but my eyeballs were riveted on that little bloom. She was so pretty. And I was tickled pink. I was so excited. Got in my car, but it is so freaking hot. And we were swimming. So it was so hot. I turned on the air. And of course, I have this dandelion in front. I turn on the air. And literally of course, a dandelion breaks. It smacks me in the forehead. These seeds are this long. They're amazing. I kept them because they're just amazing. But I feel like you find joy in everything. That everything that you plant, everything I touch turns to gold. You got the Midas touch. Don't doubt yourself. I feel like you're entering into a period where you are embodying your capabilities. I've never seen this little figure back here. Yeah, I feel like you have a lot of support that you don't know about. With the bunny, I feel like people can really be drawn to your energy, but you have the power to say yay or nay. Okay, no longer are people taking things from you. And I feel like you've undergone, this could be like control, like a controlling spouse, controlling people around, people that controlled your very breath, people that really suppressed who you were, or who you are at your core level, people that wanted to wrap you around their pinky. But I feel like all of that is changing. It could have been, again, due to a death or a separation or a connection that needed to end, that it has run its course. You've learned lessons. And we're back, pile 2. Sorry about that. My alarm went off and it totally knocked me off. Knocked me off my rocker. Okay, so sorry, we're like so tapped in and I got interrupted here. But with the Queen of Pentacles, yeah, you could have been held back by an incredible force. And I feel definitely like narcissistic tendencies, like somebody was just controlling your narrative or wanting to kind of, put the stomp on you. And I feel like that energy has left, is leaving, opening up a new road. And it could be scary to feel like all of a sudden, you were under the thumb of, and it could be a corporation, a company, it could be friends, family member, spouse, a lover, whatever. Doesn't make a difference. I feel like with that ending, it is opening up new doorways. And I'm being told, pile number 2, you have nothing to fear. You have undergone and you've been through the worst of it. It is now time to put on your beautiful headphones and listen to that beautiful music. Maybe go dancing, do whatever, dance naked at home, whatever it is that you're feeling like you are led to feel and do. Pile number 2, your next chapter is you coming into power, you stepping up, you having and seeing doorways opening up that you've never seen. But most of all, pile number 2, your next chapter is you recognizing that you have been this person all along. Okay? And I think that's beautiful for you. 7 of coins. Look how beautiful she is. 7 of coins. Pile number 2. You have deposited tons of time, energy, focus. You're waking up to realization that you have faded yourself, or you were controlled in such a way that you were almost translucent, that you became whatever it is that people wanted, that, I feel like you couldn't even speak your truth, that you had to really temper what you said, that would be weighed and judged, and there could have been physical repercussions as well as spiritual, or you could have, you could have undergone some kind of a backlash to those things. But these are 2 totally different people, and I feel like you're into your glow up era, and I love this for you. I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons that are have tempered you, but you're embracing your fierceness, your complete personality. I feel like you are learning more and more who you are, but you're keeping that softness, that gentleness, that heart of compassion, that love, because you have endured a lot. With the 7 of coins right here, I feel like also you're going to start looking at who deposits time, energy, and effort in the same way that you do. If it's partnerships, if it's friendships, if it's businesses, you're not entering into any, let me take care of it because I can. You're looking for equitable energy. Even if they don't put the same time and the same devotion into it, it's got to be similar. It's got to be balanced, and it must be equitable. And I feel like you are listening to yourself internally, okay? You could have a thing where maybe you're growing your hair out, or you have beautiful, luscious hair. Something about your hairstyle could be changing. You could be somebody like, I like to collect crowns for a while. A couple of years for my birthday, I bought myself like crowns just because I can, and why not? The Knight of Swords, pile number 2. We have the Knight of Swords right here. This is fast communication. This could be intense communication. I'm looking at the moon laying on its back right here. I also feel like you are just completely armed. I'm thinking of 300, that movie 300. You could have those vibes about you where you are embracing your warrior side. You are standing tall. You are standing on business. You are 10 toes down. In pile number 2, you have all the weapons necessary in this world and in the 5D to be able to make it. I feel like you're not going to be fighting, but you're armed, and that's what's going to help you to be confident to move forward, not in a spirit of fear, but in a spirit of confidence, in a spirit of love, and welcoming in the new you. Okay, and pay attention to your health. Maybe this is something too, pile number 2, that you are starting to go to the gym, that you're starting to eat better, that you are embracing things that are healthy for you. Maybe you have neglected yourself. Maybe, I feel like some of you guys can have like eating disorders or have had that in the past. I feel like you're going to start paying attention to those things. Because as toxins and poisons leave your life, there is a period of time that you have to really tend to the body, tend to the heart and the soul as well. And this is going to be one of those moments. I feel like this is longevity. I'm not predicting like anything negative here. I'm just saying that you are going to be focusing maybe on a new diet plan. Maybe you are looking at your, I don't know, all the diet things. I don't need to go into that. But money or prosperity through an inheritance, winning or windfall. Yeah, this, I feel like you're spirit's daughter. You are divine. You're spirit's son. You are divine. You have relatives and people and entities on the other side that are vouching for you. They're rooting for you. And a lot of times, with the waves that we experience, the ebb and flow of life, I feel like they can smooth things out for you, and you're going to start to feel and see things coming to you smoother, a lot easier, a lot less resistance, Let's get some charms. Pile number 2, because we can. That wasn't a lot of charms. Okay. Out the sun. Who needs charms? We need one charm. Look. You have the sun. It is Leo season, and for all of you Leo babies, happy birthday if this is your time. I'm a Leo if you can't tell. You could be a sun worshiper. You have freedom coming. You are standing on business. You are rearing to go. With all this red, is echoing the burgundy in the back. And that to me, again, is your root chakra. You could be drawn to the color burgundy. You could be quite mysterious, embracing that as well. With the stars, I feel like you are starting to shine. I feel like, again, you are the underdog. I even feel like there is an eyeball and then bubblegum being blown up here. Similar to some of the images I posted on this reading today. But I feel like, yeah, you're going to shine. And just be patient and do not compare yourself. Okay, I'm hearing Sinead O'Connor. Nothing compares to you. Yeah, we can't reach those notes and we can't sing, but that's okay. Pile number 2, thank you so much for being here. Much, much love to you. Until next time, namaste. Oh, damn it. Was. Hi, Pal 3. My name is Grisel with Psychicmd, and we are here to do your reading. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. If you're coming from my brand new channel, Toughdolltarot, which, by the way, is my other channel, guys, I have over 15 videos for you to enjoy. Not a lot. It's a baby channel. Feel free to check it out. I'll put the link below. But if you're coming from Toughdolltarot, welcome, welcome. The readings are a little bit different. They tend to be a little bit more, I don't want to say a little bit more spiritual in nature, but yeah. And so things are evolving. If you are one of my ride and dies, thank you so much for being here. Your next chapter. Pile number 3, Coco just woke up for your reading and he came to sit with me, and now he is enjoying his best life. You can probably hear him in the background. Brown, establish boundaries. Okay. I didn't even start with the image. Pile 3, you chose the image with a girl, her lips are parted, with the roses for, yeah, eyeballs. And to me, this image really spoke to me. What I downloaded was, this isn't the time of your life that's going to bring surprises. Surprises which you meet with innocence. You're looking at things with appreciation. You're looking at things through, not rose-colored glasses, but you're seeing things grow. You're seeing things change. Also, I feel like you are stopping to smell the roses. Even her nose is a little bit elevated, right? But you're definitely taking time to smell the roses. You are taking a pause. You are looking at things with a renewed optimism. Things are looking up. And pile number 3, so are you. So, we chose brown for established boundaries. Number 12. 1 stands to me for individuality. 1 is for self. It's for getting back to basics, starting all over maybe. For some of you guys, but establishing boundaries. This is your new chapter. Psychicmd, courage, truth, and shadow work. She is sitting on a lion. That's so pretty. She's facing the cosmos. Pile number 3, we have the blue moon. You're ready. Make your masterpiece. I feel like you are in a time. Oh, hello. Maybe you planted a lot of things. You planted a lot of things. I think about even boundaries not only pertaining to like people. We hear about that all the time. How you have to really have boundaries with people and things like that. But I also feel like even in nature, how nature has boundaries. If you think about the ocean and, you know, the sand becomes like a boundary between the water and the rest of society getting overcome with the ocean. When we look at trees, a lot of them have boundaries. When we look at plants and things like that, of course, you have invasive plants, vines that can choke out the rest of your produce, or they can choke out trees and things like that. So I feel like whatever it is, you are learning how to prune. You are learning how to shield things and help things to grow. I feel like this, what I'm getting right now, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you could, if you could have been led to like pile 1 or 3 and had a tug of war between them, I feel like you have messages in both, because here I'm feeling Empress vibes. I feel like I create, I make, and I get down to the basics. But let's see what's going on. It's doable. The key is within your grasp. Whatever it is that you're wanting, whatever it is that you're focused on, your next chapter is totally doable. I feel like you know it. You could be someone that you are ruminating, you're getting your ducks in a row, in line, ready to, I heard the word deploy, and maybe you could be, maybe you're in the military, I don't know. But I feel like you are ready to launch something different. And I'm looking at her lips pressed together. Let's get closer. Can we? Yeah. Yeah, but look at her lips pressed together. I feel like, again, she's also shrouded in mystery. You could be somebody that likes to wear space buns. I love them. I think they're so freaking cute. But I also feel like you are having a breakthrough, that you maybe broke through an algorithm. You broke through a doorway. You broke through somebody's heart maybe, and you are grasping that key. And you are about to unleash the trueness of you. Let's find out a little bit more about what's going on here. Pile number 3. What? With the 9 of Pentacles? Are you gaining a ton of confidence? Are you desiring to be single, ready to mingle, but by your choice? Are you ready to show the world that maybe you have unusual hobbies, that you are a falconer? Is that how you say it? That you are unusual, that you maybe like ornate attire, that you have money for, you know, these stones right here. That money is actually made. It's a path to money. It's a path to abundance. I feel like maybe, yeah, you're opening up a door for yourself for a path to abundance. I think that you're embracing that. Things are, oh my goodness, yes. So it's time to smell the roses. I channeled this last night. Things are looking up, and so are you. And that makes perfect sense, because you are finding that things are doable, that there is a way, that you found the door to abundance. And I'm thinking in my mind of a whole different deck that I don't have right now. But that you found the stream of wealth, that you found the stream of ultimately who you are. Abundance, prosperity. You are going to be able to enjoy your unique and individual, and maybe some would say odd, hobbies and things like that. We don't really care what people think. You could be I heard cross-dresser. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. You could be into LARPing, Dungeons and Dragons. You could be into, I don't know, any forms of art. anything that you do that gives you joy, I feel like it's leading you to abundance. I feel also that there is an element of you in your next chapter is that you are leaving the matrix. You are finally successfully finding a key to escape the matrix. I feel like you've had your eye on it a long time. I feel like you have done a lot of shadow work and conquered a lot of things within you that really needed to be conquered. There's something about fashion right here because I keep being drawn to this, and I feel like this is like Versace. So this could have indeed something to do with I don't know, with being of why my brain is not working. I woke up at like 4:30 and my brain's like boo, flatline. LGBTQ, or is that little kid said on the TikTok, LGBTQ. I like that better. But anyways, whatever your monumental changes, I feel like you have found a way to embrace things, and things are going to start paying off for you. I feel like maybe whatever it is that your hobby, what you're doing for fun, your unusual hobby, I feel like that's being highlighted. That is your door to fame. And I don't think that necessarily you are seeking fame or fortune necessarily. That definitely does help us in the 3D because we can pursue what we enjoy after that, right? But pile number 3, I feel like your next chapter, your next glow up is abundance. A lot of lush greenery around here. I love how she has this falcon in her hand and she's just very confident with it. I love how she has her hand over her tummy, a little nod to the Empress energy, meaning I create in secret, and then I allow the world to have a view of it, a taste of it, whatever this is. Again, this comes from old. This, I feel, is that a pagoda? I feel like this is something that you have followed through maybe your ancestors and things like that, had a gift for it, a talent for it, whether this is costume design, whether this is sewing, putting things together, bringing a community together. I have a friend who is incredibly gifted at bringing people together, and she is just giving. She volunteers for a lot of community things, and I feel like that is her gift, and she just shines. And yeah, we get all awestruck, but I feel like this could be similar to this. Like, for example, I opened up another channel. Here's my plug-in, guys. Shameless plug. So I have another channel, by the way. It is called Toughdolltarot, where I have over 15 videos for your viewing pleasure. I also have a giveaway for August 2024. These are timeless readings. But if you go into the community tab on each of my channels, you're going to find giveaway information, how to enter to be eligible to win that. But I feel like you have found the doorway to success and how to crack the code, how to crack things open. I, for one, have been working on this channel, Psychicmd, for a long time, many years. And I felt all along that I've been shadow banned because I do tend to open up my mouth and talk about things that I probably shouldn't, but I feel like it is necessary. And I did it in spite of. And I knew that there would be consequences to it, but it was many years of working, toiling, and not getting a lot of views, not being seen, things like that. But I feel like in a similar fashion, I found a doorway, you know, like a key breaking open something different. And I feel like I'm on the verge of just unlocking, just being seen. That's all I'm asking for, right? And I feel like in a lot of ways, you are in a similar fashion breaking open doorways and being seen and looking at things differently. And I feel like people haven't seen you. You've been locked away. You've been hidden by spirit. And I'm here to tell you, pile number 3, that although you were hidden, maybe in the same way that I was shadow banned or am shadow banned, whatever, I'm going to tell you that the YouTube gods have nothing on spirit, okay? There is nothing that is happening that is by pure and sheer accident, that things are happening for a reason and in divine timing. I'm here to tell you, pile number 3, that even though you felt like you were put away, nobody puts baby in the corner. Well, you were beyond the corner. You were like locked up kind of a thing. I feel like that is ending, but that lockup happened for your divine protection in order for things to grow. If you think about a womb, right, a mother's womb, it is held in secret. It is in the darkness that things are created, and that baby is growing and nourishing and changing, and it's doing all sorts of little somersaults, and it's learning how to grow little muscles and things like that. So whatever it was that you were being held back from, I feel like the time is now. Your next chapter is one of abundance, is one of being seen, is one of being present and embodying your full self. I feel like I heard rage in a cage, and maybe that's the thing. I don't know. But this is very durable. I feel like the time is now, and that's why you found the key now. It wasn't that you were not looking hard. It wasn't that you are not important. It wasn't that you are not meant to be seen or heard, or that your life is meaningless and you have just been assimilated, right? Kind of like We Are Borg, like Star Trek and that kind of a thing. It's none of that. What it really was for your own protection, but it also was so that you can go inward and do all of the work. And now when you pop off, you're like, what? Look at them threads. Like, who did that? They just gave you these bolts and they threw it into the doorway with bolts of different trims and little remnant fabrics and things like that, and you walk out with a full-on ensemble that nobody can duplicate, that it is tailored, it is custom, it is detailed, it is fine, it is balanced, it is beautiful. I mean, what is there not to like? And I feel like in a similar way, you've done a lot of work on whatever this project is, this thing that is going to help you to find the doorway to prosperity, the doorway to abundance. I'm hearing cornucopia. I love that. Oh, look, her hand. So I'm getting Kiss the Ring. Yeah, Kiss the Ring. Yep. I just saw the number 1313 that came out in another reading today as well. So pile number 3, I feel like you could have a little bit of Kiss the Ring energy. I feel like you are coming into your own. And even though this image gives me a lot of like, I'm embracing things and this is new, and I'm like, wow, embracing things with like rose-colored glasses, or a little bit like, wow, this is blooming and I can't believe it. A little bit in awe of how what you esteem and what you create, how people actually love those things too. How you perhaps felt alone the whole time. I mean, I have for sure. And I'm just going to say that that is what's coming for you. With the number 1313 on the clock a moment ago, I feel like you have 2 massive things that are ending. One of them is your imprisonment, whether it's exposed, whether your imprisonment was self-imposed, whether it was imposed by other people, or whether you were just protected by forces that were unseen. I feel like those times are ending, and it is your time to shine. Pile number 3, 3 of Wands. You waited long enough. Yep. And actually right here, even though this is like the backside, right? You could have a nice bootay. Maybe you've been going to the gym and you're going to show off your stuff. Maybe you've been like training for this your whole life. Maybe you've been in isolation, self-imposed, or otherwise. It doesn't make a difference. The end result is that you've been waiting, and you have La Niña, La Pinta, y La Santa Maria, and all the other ones, all these ships coming towards you in order to bring you wealth and abundance and more cloth and more things that you can create your crafts with, more things that you can really enjoy your unusual hobbies with, just more abundance. You are being given more. With the number 1313, things are ending. Isolation is ending. A lack of recognition is ending. A lack of not being seen, a lack of being seen. Those things are ending. And I feel like it is going to be brought on. You're going to be met by waves of emotion, by people having feelings towards you, by people bringing you things. Oh, and I heard a sign. I'm like, my milkshake brings up boys in the yard. Yep. Thank you, Fergie. So I think it's Fergie. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, you have abundance coming towards you. How fun. I feel like you're entering a period of fun also. Look at your hand gestures. I feel like you're not going to be quick to open up doors. You're not going to be quick to open up your mouth. You're not going to be quick to open up your abundance either, because after all, you have toiled long and hard in the dark by yourself, where nobody gave a rat's ass what it is that you were doing. No interest whatsoever. And maybe perhaps all you had is you were able to punch a hole through this prison, and you were able to toil long and hard on your hobby or craft, whatever, in the dark, with just a little bit of light illuminating through this hole that you were able to punch through, right? And so you're not going to be able to just say, hey, come on over. You know, this is what I have going on, and I'm glad I'm being recognized. Let's everybody partake. No. You are going to be discerning. You are someone who, with your next chapter, you're going to have boundaries. That makes perfect sense. You're going to have boundaries. You're going to be like, yeah, I don't remember you supporting me at all. And not that it's about I support you, you support me. In a perfect world, yeah. But I'm just going to say that you have a lot of people that want to just come and take, that want to sit at your table, that want to enjoy the fruits of your labor, that kind of a thing. And while those things are to be expected, I feel like what is not expected are your boundaries, how you're putting limitations on the cooperation, collaborative energy, how what's mine is mine and it is not yours, that kind of a thing, how you didn't toil for it. And actually, you know, thanks, but no thanks. I don't need that from you. I don't feel like it's a snotty thing. I think it's just realistic. I think it's practical. And I feel like there is a little bit of daddy Saturn energy, like kiss the ring. I feel like also, yeah, this pose is used in a lot of leaders. If you watch politics at all and things like that, you're going to see them do this pose as well. Some say that it is a signal, you know, to things like Illuminati, which is probably why I got shadow banned talking crap like that. But anyways, here we are talking crap like that. And I feel like you are entering a period of time where you recognize and you are expressive and your emotionality is matured. You have been through all the stages of the cup stages, right? You are like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with love. And oh my gosh, I am in love. And oh my gosh, I am love, you know, and now you're like, I understand all the things about love and everything has a boundary. And I'm glad that the oceans have a boundary and the ships are coming in for you. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of options, but you are very tempered, very measured. I feel like you're going to be keeping your cards close to your chest. In the same way that you had to be self-contained, now you have mad skills. Now you have mad talent, which you're not just willing to give away. And honestly, why should you, pile number 3? So yeah, I'm excited for you. This is going to be good times. What? The devil. Look. Yeah, that period of enslavement is over. You could have people coming toward... Did I just spit? Please say it isn't so, but I think I did. I got super excited. So pile number 3, I feel like whatever has served to enslave you, this might be wanting to make a comeback. So it could be a person, it could be a place, or it could be a noun. I don't know, person, place, or thing here. That's really wanting to say, no, I actually have dominance over you. No, actually, you owe this to the family. No, actually, this is a part of our history. And I'm aligning myself with you because you have abundance. You have all the things. You're being seen right now, and I control what is seen. So I feel like you have somebody, boundaries with somebody who wants to be dogmatic, who feels like you are an extension of them, or that they control you some way, somehow, that they control your gifts or talents. And I heard I made you. So this could be like a parental unit, that kind of a thing. Or it could be like, I made you in the industry. You would be nobody without me. Nobody would know that you have these threads. You would not even have a label had I not put you on the map. And I helped you breathe, and I helped you learn what a sewing machine is and how to thread a needle and that kind of a vibe. But pile number 3, I'm here to say that your next chapter is that you're not putting up with things like that. I feel like you're well aware of things and you will handle it, you know, in a justified manner. So the Prince of Cups, yeah, you could have an apology coming towards you. This is a lot of blue in the back. I feel like a lot of people stumbling over their words like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I didn't see you there. I'm sorry, my horse stepped on your foot, that kind of a thing. And it's fine. I feel like you're not even worried about anybody apologizing or making amends and things like that. After all, you grew in the dark. After all, you had to make do with a needle and hand sewing all the things. After all, you had to figure things out. And now you're in a position where you're like, yeah, I don't need all that. Like once upon a time, I may have craved it. I craved the support, the leadership. I craved the, the validation. And now you're like, nope, I'm good. So good for you. Pile number 3, the World. Yeah. Major ending to an era of you being locked up, you being separated, you being not seen. I feel like that's beautiful. And all these petals are like old flowers. And I think about like the flowers lead me again to the image that you selected, the roses and the eyes. And I feel like you're just really focused on the positive, on the good that has come forth, on the healing that you've done, on the glow ups that you have done. And you're not necessarily, you could be a little bit gothy. I love Gothic aesthetics, by the way. You could be into makeup. You could be into just being really you. I feel like this curtain, at first I thought it was like a robe or a cloth, but I feel like even your clothing could be changing here. Something very beautiful. And flowers, again, you could be wearing things with more flowers blooming. But with a world that is an ending, right? With a world, we end an era. We end an era of solitude, of pensiveness, of waiting. We end an era of things are not coming to fruition. And here I continue on my own merit with little or no encouragement, with little or no light, toiling until my hands bleed because I'm trying to really thread a needle with this really fine thread, and I can't even see. I don't have good lighting, that kind of a thing. But things are changing. And your next chapter, Page of Wands, your next chapter, you find your mojo. I even feel like this is a mic around your throat chakra, and this is like a ring light. Why would it be around a mic? I don't know. I'm not like really a studio person. I don't know about these things, but I'm just going to say that your throat chakra is being highlighted. Maybe perhaps somebody is opening up a podcast. Maybe they're going to be a guest speaker. Maybe you're going to be doing interviews, things like that. But whatever it is, I feel like the sun is with you. I feel like this is being valued, being seen. I feel like with the sun, you're getting your vitalization. Once again, you're getting your energy back. You're getting your aesthetics back. You're being seen again. You're enjoying the warmth. And I feel also that you have people that are gently supporting you. I also feel with her white, is this toga? Have y'all been to toga party? I'm like, toga, that was a million years ago. But pile number 3, what I have for thee is that you're finding your mojo. And you might be a little bit like tight-lipped about things. You might be a little bit like, I heard the word trepidation. Okay, but I feel like things are blooming. I think that you are growing, you are blooming. Your gifts and talents are moving forward into the world in order to be a gift and a talent for the world, okay? And I feel like we opened up with boundaries right here because you realize that not everybody has your best interests at heart, and that's fine because you have self-empowerment. You have confidence, and you have the ability and the wherewithal to establish boundaries as you see fit. Pile number 3, what I have for thee, you have the final period of frustration, lessons to be learned. And maybe that might be, a little bit remnant, like you found the doorway. And now I got to get this key through the hole. I got to navigate that without dropping it. And I got to get back into the darkness and find the actual keyhole, right, to match with the key. You get the point anyways. So there's some funneling there, doing something risky and taking a chance. Yeah. And it might be that you might be feeling like, well, I'm risque, or people might be feeling that way or looking at you that way. I even see fingers kind of petting this tiger right here. So I feel like, yeah, you are definitely glowing up and showing up for yourself. Something about lion, about Leo, about going within and doing shadow work, and that being very obvious and evident in your life. Let's pull a couple of charms. Pile number 3, if you like these kind of readings, do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. As I speak, the sun is rising, and it is kind of wild. Oh, the number 3, Spirit is cooperating with you. You're going to have a period of collaboration, cooperation. Things are going smoother for you. You have this ruby. To me, ruby is about abundance. It's about standing in your abundance. It is crowned by a ring. The ring right here could be commitment to your cause, to whatever this is that you are putting out into the world shortly or even now. And I get Saturn vibes. I feel like you might be needing a little bit of discipline to keep that up, such as myself, right? You might be crowned also. You might be having commitment coming your way. Also, I forgot I put this in here. Oh my gosh. This is one of my all-time favorite stones. Is it not onyx? Okay, anyways, but it's about protection. So this crystal is about protection. You're divinely protected. Don't worry about a thing. Enjoy your fairy life. Enjoy the new things that the fairies bring to you. The abundance. I even feel like she's holding a world right here. And I feel like you're going to be super graceful. Something about your body might be changing. What? And we have the fish. This was literally left in a store that I used to work for in Phoenix, and it was left with a bunch of odds and ends, and it was not necessarily the best area in the neighborhood, and we suspected, yeah. Anyways, it was left with a bunch of other random stuff, and people were freaking out about it, and I just liked it. I thought, how random with this fish. I feel like you are definitely entering a period of abundance. Expect your money to grow, your brand to grow, expect you to grow in all ways, shapes, and forms. Your mind is expanding. I feel like you're growing in the way you nourish your body, the way you funnel frustrations, the way you handle things, the way that you harness waves of opportunity and things like that. And embracing, yeah, your boundaries and just allowing things to flourish. Thank you so, so much for your time, your energy. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Toughdolltarot, where I have those 15 videos I mentioned before. And that's all I have for you. Pile number 3, much love to you. Until next time, namaste.